Just wanted to give you a little bit of a market update. You can see here that Bitcoin is pulling back, retracing a little bit, maybe a lot of bit, depending. Um, Wanted to go over a couple of things. First, you can see here that we're having the pullback as I was hoping to have, which is of course healthy for the market. Let me just zoom in over here. Okay, so you can see that we're going into a little bit of the blue range here at just above 58,000, well, 58,900. We had a little tap right into the level here, but if this sell-off continues, right, it was the buy the rumor, sell the news, right? We were coming into resistance here, and kind of now, right now, we're just kind of, pushing down into this level here with a potential tap right into this area, right, into the yellow zone. So this is, let's see here, let's check the 8-hour. Yeah, it was just kind of weakening a little bit. See, it was creating lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. So it's just creating a downtrend. So we're just trying to see exactly how this candle is going to close. More importantly, the weekly candle. It's still closing bullish, right? In my eyes, because let's get rid of those little dots there. It's closing bullish in my eyes. If we can close right above this, the highs of last week, then we should be fine. And let me go back to the weekly again. I just wanted to see something as well. I wanted to show you guys something. I've got it right here. I think closing above this level it's pretty important to me because that's the recent highs, right? Sorry, the recent level before we had like a nice drop down. We're not getting that much resistance here. We're finding more resistance up here, which is healthy. I'd like to see candle closure above, right in this area, just so that way it gives me more confidence that we're going to close or going to continue higher. But of course, pullbacks are going to be expected. It's healthy for the market, right? So you can see the daily. Let's just go over again. Pull back into this area. If we decide to go down farther, then we can see maybe a tap into this demand over here. Time will tell. We need to have some kind of holding, right? We need to see some kind of consolidation before we expect to go higher. So that's what I see here for Bitcoin on the daily time frames. Let me see what the 3-day looks like. Yeah, pretty standard, up and down. So it depends where the market thinks it's going. It should fall down. So that's what I'm going to be expecting here. I'm hoping we could hold here. If not, maybe a nice dip right into the 57,000s. Mid to high 57,000, at least in this range here. Then if we're able to maybe tap in and then resume higher, I think a lot of bulls would enter at that position. But again, there's always a possibility that we could see further downside here, manipulated push down here. As you guys know, we did get that ETF approval. We got two. I think the first one was Valkyrie Bitcoin ETF, and then the second one was ProShares. So it would make sense, right? Buy the rumor, sell the news. As I, cautiously went over in the last video. So that's what we have for Bitcoin. Yeah, so let me just do that. Now let's go over Ethereum. Ethereum's pretty interesting. I like that we're kind of above here, right? This is really important for me. This would just pretty much stands out if we're able to stay above these levels. A nice little pullback, a bounce, little consolidation, and then a resumption up, right? That's what I would like to see for this market, specifically for Ethereum. But again, of course, Bitcoin does control the most of the market. So if anything, the potential downside range would be here, right? About 34 to 3,300, or even here. Those are the two areas. That could possibly, we could pull back towards, because we haven't really had that much market interaction here. Yeah, we did come up here. We did confirm this was, resistance flip to support at some point. But we technically didn't see any any kind of movement here, which gives me a little cautious. Give me a little cautious exactly to see how the market's going to play out. So we're gonna wait, right? Wait and see approach. But if we do get some consolidation here and a resumption higher, then that'll give me a little bit more confidence that we're just experiencing a nice little pullback, and then we can continue on, right? Going our way higher. So we have that. See, we have some resistance here, and then same thing here. So we just need to know exactly what's going to happen. What's going to happen next, right? So I just wanted to give the update here as well, just to clear out any kind of uncertainty. But I got the alert that Bitcoin fell, the market kind of fell X amount of percentage points. So just wanted to see what was going on. So I came here to make a video and hopefully keep your mind at ease. So let's see here. Yeah, so I mean that's what I see, right? Here, or here. These are the 1 or 3. Pretty scary, eh? But looking at the weekly, we're just right above last week's highs. So we're just right there. But again, a little consolidation doesn't hurt. It wouldn't hurt anybody, right? If we're expecting higher prices, if this bull run is indeed going to continue going into the end of the year. Oops, I don't want to. That doesn't belong there. So that's what I have for these levels. Let's check the 3-day. Yeah, it becomes clearer, right? You can see how we had a little bit of resistance here. So a pullback. Again, just to go over area, we could consolidate. We have here, and we have here 2, and then we have 3. Right, with possibly maybe a dip down there, but we'll see. Those are the pullback levels that I see here. So we're just going to wait to see what the market is doing. Let's move over to XLM. Nope. So right here in the daily, we just barely poked right into that weekly level of resistance. Where's my brush? Here it is. Just make that into a dot. Doing this live right now. Okay, so you can see here, we had the resistance here, and we had a tap right into it. And then we failed to resume higher, but I did go over a potential pullback here, or possibly right back into 35 cents. Right, so we're going to see exactly how the market continues. Keep in mind, it is the weekend, so the market is slightly illiquid, or rather more illiquid than it is during the week. So there's not a lot of market participants. So it is open to major price fluctuations. We'd have to see what's going to happen Monday, Tuesday, to see if the market recovers from here. Again, just like Bitcoin, right? Or we're going to see more downside into this level here. What is this about? 35, 35.5, or even lower again just to retap into this level of 34.3. Not much of a difference in terms of price. It's just a penny and a half off. But much like Ethereum, right? We have a potential pullback here, too, and then maybe here again, right? But so that's what I'm paying attention to. I'm going to be paying attention to any possible scenarios where I can go long, but I'm going to be waiting, staying flat for now. That long scenario came from this area right over here, and then we just kind of popped right into this level. So right now we're seeing a red candle. We'll see how this closes. The 3-day, let's see the 3-day. Yeah, just a push up, a failed, and then just a slam right back down. So we'll see what the weekly, the weekly, same, right? The weekly, we got to see how this level closes. I mean, we're right above last week's high. So I don't know, right? We could see some kind of slam back down. We'll see what happens tomorrow and Tuesday. I mean, fundamentally, we could see, we're going to see what the economic reports is for the week, right? So we'll see exactly how that's going to play out. And then last but not least, I have XRP. This is going to be a little bit of so it'll be a short video because I did go over mid market. Just putting together all my I guess my stuff that I want to go over, all the videos together. I want to go over everything and see what topics to discuss again. And let me just pull out the brush. Okay, we tapped right into this local area, this little area of interest, as I like to call it, right? It was support, slam down, resistance, and then we have resistance again. And we couldn't have see, the thing is here, we couldn't have a candle closure, like a proper candle closure above this blue. Last week's video, I mentioned that, I'd like to see a closure above 15 cents, maybe 16 cents, right? I would love to see that. See how many times we try to poke through. Let me go over the 4-hour, and you could probably see it a lot better. Let me just delete this really quick. And then let me see if I can find my 16. I have it right over here. Like, so right here, this would that's 17. I mean, more or less, we could see 16, 16.5, however you want to dice it. I mean, for me, I would have loved to see, some kind of, breakout, retest, and then resumption. We didn't quite get that, right? We were just kind of hovering between these two levels. Between the blue, between the local and the weekly. And now we're getting, a dip right into demand, as I have laid out. So we'll see exactly how that closes. So yeah, for not much for XRP here. It was going sideways, pretty boring. From one level, we were going from one level from the blue. Oops, let me just add. Right, we were going from one level, right? We got the blue, then we were just on this blue line over here. We were just, going. It was pretty boring, just going sideways. Not really much price action. I had a feeling that if we were to fail, that we would just retest the yellow area again, and it almost hit this little faint area, about $1. If we did lose that dollar price, 90 cents for me would have been the next range, or close to it. But we just kind of dipped almost right into it. And now we're just kind of consolidating in that range, in that yellow range. Again, I really don't like to zoom in on the hourly. That's just for sniper entries. But overall, a pullback is always healthy, right? Especially in a bull market. In a bull market, a perceived bull market, right? Everybody's perceived that we're still in one. But zooming out on the weekly, right? It's just kind of almost looks boring. It does look good, but it's just, we just kind of went up and then come back down. So, I mean, a little consolidation here doesn't hurt. And of course, dollar cost averaging on your favorite altcoins wouldn't hurt either if you're thinking long term. And that's really what I have. Oof, it's just a sea of reds, right? Just all reds across the board, except for SHA. Interesting. Oh, KLV. All right, so SHA and KLV. Well, I haven't really charted this like that, but yeah, you can see we're just consolidating against these levels. Got my trend line here, the main trend line, the weekly. So that's holding up well. Again, I will go over, certain altcoins, more altcoins, maybe some projects you might not have heard of. But I like to keep track of them. I do have, for the most part, I do follow all of them. For the most part, I kind of like to. Yeah, I kind of go over them for the most part. We'll see how that works out here. Graph looks like it's holding here on the weekly. So just to recap, let me just go over the majors again. Bitcoin with majors. Okay, so let's see on a weekly time frame. Let me see a monthly. I mean, the monthly time frame. I mean, that looks really healthy, right? You see how if we're able to have a candle closure above 58,782, I mean, that's pretty bullish. We're even, that's for me, that's really important. That's what people have to pay attention to. I mean, that's where most of the price action was before we kind of slammed right down. So that's important for me, right? So when we zoom in on the weekly, we could see we're still above that, which is, it just so happens to be in that light blue area, that, that level of interest that the market's paying attention to, right? So that's why I have that highlighted there, but also because I saw some, some zooming in, I saw some market interaction with that level. So it just turned out that that's really important too. So that level here, really important, which, we shouldn't have a problem. Let's see what it looks like on that. Yeah, so if you could see the 3-day, it just tapped right into it, right? Well, I kind of moved a little bit, but, just to make it look nice and pretty. It just looks nicer that way. It's aesthetic. It's aesthetically pleasing that way. If you did it, if I do on the weekly, right, I just tapped right into those levels, which is higher than this one that I was paying attention to. So that's a good sign. Let me just push that right up here and then zoom in on the daily. Then we just had a tap right into that, to that area. And then when you zoom in with a magnifying glass, let me just get rid of that. It's a perfect little tap, which again just so happened to be where the level of interest was too, for the baby blue, the light blue level. So that's Bitcoin right now. So let me do the daily. Let me do the daily. We're just waiting for some consolidation. That was a dramatic move for Bitcoin. So we could resume off from here like we're doing now, or we can fall down just a little bit more, clear out any kind of stops, some stop losses here, and then just do a nice gentle tap into 57,000, high 57,000 area. I'm hoping maybe we do that. Maybe 57.8, 57.4, mid to low 57,000 area. So we'll let the market do its thing, right? So right now it's just pulling back. That's what we're experiencing now. For Ethereum, same thing. We could consolidate here for a resumption up, right? Because as long as we're holding here, right, we could retest this support. This is resistance. That was just important, right? That was important that was an important move. So hopefully we can resume from here, consolidate, and then move higher. If not, we could possibly get a retest down to 3,300 with maybe a manipulated tap into $3,100, right? Again, we'll see how the market goes. We'll see what kind of economic data that we're going to get for the week. So that's one. That's Ethereum. XLM, same thing, right? We could tap in here into that level of interest that I have plotted out, or maybe a little lower into 34 cents, and then resuming. So we'll see how the market reacts to those levels first, and then we can take it from there, right? We'll see what happens. But all in all, it still looks good. These are nice full green candles. I don't really look at volume much. Volume's pretty. It's green, right? There is some buying, but it's also the weekend, so I really don't put too much weight into that yet. Rather at all. But we're on the same. We're in the right path. We're in the right path to just continuing, hopefully, for a higher. Even on the monthly, look at that. We're right above the that bearish candle, that bear candle opening, right? That was last month's open, September open, and then we just had a slam down. So we would expect some kind of volatility here, some kind of selling pressure. But I think closing above here is pretty. It'll help the market to resume higher. Let me check XRP. Let's see on the monthly time frame. Monthly time frame, it looks like it's just closing inside. It's having a little trouble trying to go past last month's opening, which we had a slam down. So this one, looks like it's experiencing the same thing. But thinking long term, for me, it's not a big deal. We could see if we can hold this level here for the monthly, then I think we could be resuming. We should be resuming higher. Again, see, it's just holding for now. Again, could tap right into the dollar range, or maybe even another tap into 90 to 93 cents. And this is on the weekly time frame. So you could see we kind of see this level was resistance, right? Came down, broke right through, and now we're just consolidating. Now we just confirmed that as support, and now we're just kind of just waiting to see what the market does next. But we established that this one was flipped from from resistance to support, right? That's on a weekly time frame. So when you zoom in on the daily, you could see that even, with much clarity. You could see that we broke through, we broke through, right? Came up towards the resistance, the weekly resistance, and then now we consolidated here, flipped it to support, and then we're just kind of, trying to find some sort of support, which to me, if Bitcoin can stay at those levels that we went over, we could see that the support is $1.04, or with a possible spike into $1 towards 90, 93 cents, right? Towards either here or down here. So we just got to wait to see what the market does within the next couple of days. That should give the market a little more clarity as to what's going on. But yeah, I just wanted to thank you guys again. If any of this information resonated with you, I would much appreciate a like, a subscribe, comment. I'm always open to comments and any kind of constructive criticism that you have. It's only to help help this channel grow. I did have some suggestions where to have a thumbnail and also banner logo and some type of intro. I am working on that. I have a friend of mine by the name of Mike. He is going to help me. We're actually, in talks right now. He does have his own NFT. So just to plug Black Swans, Black Swans NFT. So give him a follow. I will put the link in the comments, in the description, so that way you can check out his work. But yeah, so that's it for now. So thank you very much. Talk to you guys soon.